Trenton 6, but before they head back, the troops are marking the UN's Day of the African Child by inviting South Sudanese children onto the UK camp. The day is all about allowing children to be children, despite the conflict and violence they've seen, and as well as volleyball and welly-wanging, our cameras also attracted some attention.
When they first tip up, you were very sort of looking at me, and then when you go, Marley, in their own language, they instantly burst into smiles, which is one of the favourite things.
The end of the deployment is marked with a medals parade. 2 more engineering units will follow 3 9 engineers, but in March 2020, the whole operation will come to an end and British troops will leave South Sudan.
I'm sad that they are leaving. I have to say up front, I would have wished for them to have stayed longer. As you would understand that the particular expertise that they are bringing, it's something that we don't obviously have. Having an engineering capability in the youngest country of the world where you don't have roads or construction or any of these things is a massively important aspect.
With the peace agreement seeming so far to hold, the UN are encouraging people to go home, but many still feel unsafe and conditions that await them may well be worse than the shelters they have here. Returning would mean leaving food security and the protection of the UN behind. Many have little incentive to go. And as the country enters the rainy season, roads turn to rivers, all movement stops, and no one knows if the peace agreement will last through this. Ambassador Chris Trott says no one will be forced to leave.
Nobody can expect them to move unless they want to, unless they choose to, and unless we can support them when they move. And at the moment, I don't think the conditions are right. So we're very keen to see them effectively stay in the POCs while the situation is insecure, and at a point when we're confident and they're confident that we can continue to help them, then for them to go home. You always come away with a sense that surely there is something more that we could be doing, but realistically we are doing absolutely everything we can.
Numbers in the camps had started to fall, but with the troubles in Sudan, many people from across the border are now fleeing south for safety. There are still many who need help, and these huge camps, some home to over 100,000 people, look set to stay. So is it really time for British troops to leave?
The decisions on whether they leave or not are made in London, not here in Juba. I would really like them to be here as long as they can be. But we were very clear when Trenton was set up. It was a 3-year deployment. That's what the UN asked for. That's what we committed to. They will have been here 4. So that we will have put in an extra year here, but I think that was appropriate in order for them to complete the tasks that we had envisaged. But actually what we've done is we've now plugged ourselves back in to the UN peacekeeping system, and actually there are peacekeeping missions elsewhere in the world. And I have to recognise that decisions will be made in London about whether actually it's better for them to be here or for a different type of peacekeeping support to be offered elsewhere in Africa to other peacekeeping missions. So what I really hope we can focus is on maintaining our support to the UN, whether it's here or elsewhere. And I hope that we will leave South Sudan with a real sense of pride that we made a commitment, we came, we delivered on that commitment, and we left in good order at the time that we said we would.
For the engineers and infantrymen, medics, police and logistics specialists, this has been a rare opportunity to wear a light blue beret and work alongside nations from all over the world on a truly humanitarian mission.
I'm glad I came here. I wouldn't change coming here. It's been a bit of a reality check, and I won't take anything for granted again, that's for sure.
It's something that is going to stay within you, isn't it, throughout your career. For us, it's something to cherish life, because we don't know what will hit us.
Has so much potential. It just needs a little bit of help to get itself back in the right place, to be able to exploit that potential. But there's definitely hope. I think this is a little bit of a success story with the security situation as it is. and the work that the UN is doing to help the government get itself back on its feet and sort out some of the differences that they have.
With oil resources and incredibly fertile soils, South Sudan could be a flourishing, not a failed state. All are hoping the relative calm will continue and allow the world's youngest country to go from strength to strength.